is her talking.
Who the fuck is this? Paging me at 5:46 in the morning. And now I'm yawning.
It should be on the inside, but it's the right couple left cup. We talking about headphones, not bras.
I almost spit my damn wine out.
What you looking for? Are you looking at yourself in the mirror? You're beautiful. You are beautiful. What's the song?
You're so beautiful. Shake it, shake it.
Let the world know. Move it.
Up, down, up, down, up, down. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Shake it fast.
Now freeze.
I'm sorry, Empire had some bomb ass music, y'all.
It was a bomb ass show.
Mine was Look But Don't Touch.
People was,
by was it Tiana?
Oh yeah, people was
That was
sleeping
my
on
ringtone.
They used to play that.
Star used to have some good ass music.
I didn't get the Star, but I used to play that in Nelly's.
It's on
You
Hulu.
turn this one down a
It's
little
too
bit.
loud.
It's loud as shit.
Okay, my bad.
Oh, God.
What, your earphones out?
Yes. Y'all sound like I was in my face.
Dewey.
Stars on Hulu.
That sounds amazing.
Great. Yeah, I've never gotten the Star. I watched
That's what I just
Empire.
started watching, and I am in love. I'm almost over.
What?
Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Snowfall.
This is a good
I
show.
don't know. I didn't start until right before the fifth season of the final season.
And you know she watched all 5 seasons in 2 days.
First of all, go to hell.
You do understand that it is 10 episodes a season, and they are 60 minutes, 45 minutes a piece.
I had nothing else to do. What the fuck was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? I work from home.
How could you focus? I gotta focus and watch what happens.
Same.
I can't just watch
I was
it
sitting
in
there
the
like
background.
this.
Oh. And with that being said, welcome to this week's episode of Modern Audacity, the podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Sicard, and I'm joined by one of my 2 favorite people in the world. How you feeling, sweet Shauna?
I'm alright.
You all right?
I'm alright.
That's good.
Or in the words of Key, I'm coolin', I'm chilling, I'm straight.
I'm cool, I'm chilling, I'm straight. No, I said like her. I'm cool, I'm chilling, I'm straight.
Y'all gonna stop coming from my good friend. Leave my good friend alone.
I'm not coming around. She busy, so she not here to defend herself. But yeah, Key's out this week, y'all. Yeah. But in her place, we have I guess now, this is her 73rd time on the show.
Not 73rd.
Y'all favorite guest co-host.
Our favorite. See, look at her introducing herself. You're taking my job from me.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, homie. Go ahead. I'm gonna drink my wine.
Thank you. We have our favorite guest co-host back. Ron's in the building. Hey, Ron.
Hey, cousin.
How y'all doing? I had a whole mouth of wine.
You all right? Don't choke.
It's just hitting her chest.
Mm-hmm.
A little choking is okay. It's okay.
It's fun.
It's okay.
This light.
Oh.
Shauna, you all right? Welcome to June's Q&A episode, y'all. We are here with some foolishness. So last week's episode was about talk show hosts. That was our nostalgia episode. It was a pretty good conversation.
That was fun.
We talked about so much stuff over the month of May. But Shauna, what we talking
about? Jerry.
I have to do the woo, but that was Arsenio.
That was no. They did do that in Jerry too. Well, they did. They said Jerry and was doing that.
Right, but the woo was
Arsenio. It was. Yeah, that was a fun episode. That took us back to our childhood where,
Steve,
you know, we used to fake sick so we could stay home and drink ginger ale, eat chicken noodle soup, and lay on the couch.
And fake sick.
Yeah.
And watch
the
Maury.
Price is Right and Maury.
Oh, that's back when Bob Barker was still here.
Yeah.
Isn't he like 163?
Baby,
not 163.
He about 209.
200. That the man.
Only you can have your pet spayed or neutered.
That
Not
been around for a long time. He's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I think in all seriousness, I think he's like, if not 99, like 100.
I'm about to look it up.
He's in his 90s. I know that.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. He retired. Like, I think we've talked about this on the previous episode, I remember. But I think Drew Carey has been hosting The Price is Right for at least a decade now.
Has it been that long?
I stopped watching it.
I'll catch it on
occasion. It don't
occasion.
hit the same.
I'm about to say it don't hit the same. The set is different.
Yeah.
I guess they revised it because of COVID, so it's a lot less people in the audience. Yeah, it don't hit the same.
I used to want to go on Prices Right.
I still do.
I want to go.
I want to play Plinko.
Me
Guess
too.
how
I want
old
to
he
play
is.
Plinko and I
How
want
old
to
is
go.
Bob Barker?
This man is a living legend. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, he
is
is.
99.
Yeah.
He made it up there with like
They
Cicely Tyson and
They named
Betty White.
the studio after him. It's now the Bob Price is Right is filmed in the Bob Barker studio.
Wait a minute,
That's
he's not still
awesome.
alive. Wait a minute, no,
Yes, he is.
You see Bob Barker still alive?
Yes, he
Why
is.
who put this daggone YouTube video saying where his Bob Barker's house and his grave? The fudge?
No,
He
he's
ain't
still
dead
alive.
yet. He's still alive.
He's still alive. Don't be putting that man in.
That would have
Listen,
been that would have been national news.
listen, we already lost Tina. We can't be losing him too. Y'all better stop
But
playing.
you know,
Oh, Lord, not Tina.
while you playing, while I was on vacation last summer, I watched on some of the one of those channels, Tubi or Vumo or Tubo or whatever.
Baby, don't
One-
start
one
me
of
on
the channels.
Tubi here.
We talked about Tubi in the episode. We're not going to talk about Tubi, but they air old episodes of The Price is Right from like the 1970s, back when Bob's
was a
head was
fine-looking white man.
He was, but it's so crazy
But he
to
aged
see
like a cracker.
Not like a cracker juice.
It's so crazy to see. I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that.
Stale.
I'm not touching that. It's so crazy to see like old episodes of The Price is Right from like the 70s when it first started, and like, how much is this box of cereal?
50 cents.
Right,
32
a dollar $1.25. This brand new Datsun Sentra. They wasn't even Nissan yet. It was called Datsun. Car cost
$2,000.
$3,400.
Baby. Now, add another zero to that.
2.
It's so crazy how if you think like how much like when we were kids, a Honda Accord
Okay.
was like $20,000 back in the 90s. That car is almost $40,000.
Let's talk about how we could take $10 and fill our tank up and drive all across Baltimore. Let's just talk about that.
Jesus. The days, Lord.
Okay, so for the youngins, hey Darius, in case you're still listening, I know you are. Hey Darius, back in the olden
That's
times,
my oldest nephew.
Key's nephew, our oldest nephew. But back in the olden times when we first got our driver's licenses back in the not the late 90s. Shit, we not that old. The early 2000s. I remember gas being under $1. I remember gas was like 95, 96 cents when we were growing up.
And it started going to like 103.
103,
That still was
104.
good.
Currently, the cheapest gas that I have found in my area is $3.16 right now.
Kiss my whole entire ass.
$3.16 at Sam's.
I got gas for $2.97 the other day. I was excited.
I know you fucking lying. Weird.
Was they shooting up outside the gas station?
You should have
East
called
side.
me. You should have called. I came east for $2.97 gas.
That's no man's land to me. I'm sorry. I live too far.
It was $2.97 and I got 3%
So
back.
you know, our first black governor. We're from Maryland. We live in Maryland, and you know we have our first black
He
governor.
hood.
Yeah, Westmore.
Of course, he
He's
is.
hood.
Of course he is.
Baby,
I
he
love
had
it.
Drew Hill performing at his inauguration.
I love it.
And Maxwell.
That man's lips is black.
I loved it.
You know he blowing down in the governor's mansion.
He smoked reefer.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. We support you.
He is-
Congratulations, Governor Moon.
He is the
Congratulations.
true POTUS homeboy. Yes.
I think they're grooming him. If not, maybe after Biden go or retires or gets a second term, which I hope he will, because I don't want DeSantis or Trump.
Jesus.
I think Gavin Newsom will be put up as the
candidate.
next Democratic candidate for president.
I don't think so. I think
Newsom.
they're going to let him sit
he's
a
the
little bit
governor,
longer.
the governor of California. Well, he got 4 more years. Biden's already announced his presidency. So, California is the 5th largest economy in the world.
Okay.
They make up the vast majority of the United States economy.
Right.
He's done really good things in California. Of course, California is a tax-heavy state, but they're supposedly posturing him to run for the presidency in 28.
Okay.
I think after that, if he, as long as ain't no fuck ups or no scandals, no babies, no outside foolishness or nothing, I think Westmore could potentially get the nomination, if not in 28, if not in 32, then definitely in 36.
Did you hear you just say 30 something? Jesus.
2032, 2030, yeah. Because he's in his 40s. He's not 50 yet.
No.
No, you can run for president at 35.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
He's not old.
Yeah, he's not old at all. But I know he be.
Can we talk about the POTUS real quick? When he was at his daughter graduation, that man is still Michelle. Sis, you got you a good one. Because that man look at her like she
Fine as
is
frog's hair.
ice cream on a cone and he
Yeah,
want to lick
that's
her
love.
up.
That's love.
I be like, God damn.
So one of my favorite comedians is Wanda Sykes, and she made this joke on one of her comedy specials. She was like, "Yeah, I went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner and did my little jokes, and I was right there between President Obama and the First Lady, and they was laughing, having fun. They fucking. You can tell they fucking. You look at Laura Bush and George Bush, you don't know about them. Trump and Melania, absolutely not. But Barack and Michelle,
they fucking.
they fucking.
No. You know who else is? Joe and what's his wife? I forgot his wife's name.
Dr. Joe Biden.
Yeah, they fucking.
Put the doctor in front of her name.
Put
Yeah.
some respect on her name.
Cause you ever look at him and how he look at her, and she be sitting there looking like this.
Have you seen pictures of him from back in the 70s? Joe was
He another fine white man.
He was. You seen pictures of Joe Biden back in the 70s? Shauna?
He's another fine white man, and I don't even like.
I was like, Joe.
I see why Jill was like, all right, you don't want your wife no more. I'm gonna go ahead and come on over here and slide on in.
No, she died in a car accident. Her, and I
The
think
first wife?
the first was, and their two,
Their two children?
And, no, their daughter.
Their
daughter.
daughter.
Naomi.
I'm saying they.
Okay.
So wait a minute,
Yeah,
you
they,
got one.
all three of the kids were in the accident. The son survived, but the mother and the daughter, they both
They
died.
passed.
I thought he still had a son that was from his first marriage.
They did. They have two sons, but Bo Biden died from brain cancer.
Yes.
I think the same brain cancer that killed John McCain.
Yeah.
But Hunter Biden is the one that is he out here. He a wild boy. I'll just leave it at that. Hunter Biden, allegedly, but he's a wild boy.
Listen, that's why I'm loving my Obamas. They don't have no scandals. They just showing off.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think that their kids is black, and they like, I can't do nothing to embarrass my parents because they want my ass.
Do not. But they grown up. Sasha and Malia in their early 20s.
Didn't you just say that you scared of your mother? And
I
her
know
grave. Yeah.
I know I'm scared of my mother. I know they scared of Michelle, and their grandmother is still living. So they don't play with Marion Robinson.
No, ma'am.
No, they about to whoop you. You do something to do something.
Shauna, that's loud.
We can hear it.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize nothing was. I can't hear it.
Because I was like,
what's
I didn't
the
realize
I looked
what
up, I was
playing.
like, the TV on. I hear something in the background. I was like,
It's still playing.
I was reading something that it was a potential question, and I didn't realize it had.
okay. We
Background
gotta
music.
focus. What we
My
focusing
bad.
on?
all right, so this week, like I said, this is June's Q&A episode. What are we getting into this week, Shauna?
Wait a minute, hold on, question. Because
Yeah,
y'all be throwing me into this stuff, and don't be prepping me for what y'all about to do before y'all. What the hell is the Q&A episode? Did I do one of them already? I don't think I did one.
You haven't.
You've
I
done
think
a
you've done a
Q&A.
Q&A yet.
So essentially, okay, so I'll explain this. If you haven't caught on now, we are really 6 months into doing this podcast.
6 months. Yes.
But
I need to come back one more month so I can say I've been on every month. Yep, I need to come back one more time.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, so essentially, if you haven't figured out yet, if you are a new listener, essentially our Q&A episodes we usually do them the second Wednesday of every month, and it's a chance for us, or rather, Shauna produces this episode. I don't have a script. I'm just going off the dome to intro the episode, and I toss it to her. She pulls questions from anywhere off the internet. It could be Reddit. It could be the 6 brown heifers, as I call them. It could be from like a story she found on TikTok. It could be from our inbox. Thank y'all for sending stuff for those who have sent stuff to us. And we read them, we gauge our reactions in this episode.
And that's it. And Brandon, well, usually when Key is here and Brandon, they do not know these questions ahead of time. This
We
is
never
my
do.
thing. They every now and again, Brandon might come across something and send it to me, but he
Right.
doesn't know if or when I'm going to use
Exactly.
it.
Okay.
So, and some, like he said, they come from Reddit. They come from, my favorite thread is Am I the Asshole on Reddit. So I get questions from there. As you would know, bitch, because we're at Taco Tuesday together every week. We get questions from Taco Tuesday. We might get questions from karaoke.
Okay. All right. I didn't know what I was getting thrown into.
You will get to meet the host of karaoke on next week's episode,
Yes,
which is
you
my
will.
birthday episode. She is on that episode. Chi Chi, the comedian, one of my favorite comedians.
Can you throw that napkin in the trash? She's getting on my nerves.
Shut up, girl. One of my favorite comedians. She type 3 comedians in Baltimore. Y'all go follow her. But yeah, that's what the Q&A pretty much is.
Oh, okay.
So I throw is no particular questions. It's a mixture. Of,
Usually at the end of our episodes, like Shauna does every week, the topics tend to pertain to the questions pertain to the topic at hand.
Okay.
but with Q&A, we mix
It's just
it up.
freestyle. She picks whatever she wants.
Anything I feel like I want to ask y'all.
Anything that elicits the
And
best response.
This month, what I'm starting is, in addition to doing Q&A questions, I'm also going to start incorporating story time questions, because some of the questions are not in the form of questions. They are more so stories, and I just want to get y'all feedback on them.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Y'all had me on here with a daggone rock, paper, scissors one. Y'all didn't tell me.
Oh yeah, that was the icebreaker. That was fun. That was fun. So before we get started, y'all, if you have any questions that you want asked and answered on this podcast, you can send them to us via email at askwandapod@gmail.com. That is ASKWANDAPOD@gmail.com. You can also send them to us via social media. On Facebook, we are Wine and Sign Audacity, the podcast. On Twitter and Instagram, we are WandaPod _. Okay. When you send us the questions, let us know if you want to be anonymous, if you want us to use your initials, if you want us to use first initial, last name, or first name, last initial. If you really don't just give a fuck, because who gonna check you, boo?
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all ready to get started with these questions?
Let's do it.
So this week I got a combination of stuff. I got stuff from Am I the Asshole? I got stuff from Brandon's favorite thread, the 6 brown heifers, as he calls them. 6 brown chicks on IG and Twitter. They have some very outlandish questions, and I love to ask them because I love to get the reactions of my co-hosts.
I bet you do.
I love it. It's so fun. And I also have maybe 1 or 2 stories that I want to share with y'all that I also came across online. So, y'all ready for the first question?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this first question comes from my favorite thread, Am I the Asshole, via Reddit. So this question is, am I the asshole for not attending my sister's graduation?
Okay.
Now, I picked this particular question because I have a little sister who is much, 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 much younger than me. She's about 20 years younger than me, or a little more. And we are not exactly close, I guess, because of the big age gap between us. However, I still love her to death. If she calls me and asks me to attend something, I'm going to attend. If she wants to hang out, whatever. She is actually about to graduate from middle school to go to high school. I didn't get an invite. I actually wasn't expecting one. I don't feel no type of way about it. I really don't, but I already let her know, like, if you want to if you're doing something after the graduation, hit your sister up, let me know, I'll show up, whatever. But this question goes, my 24 male sister, 18 female, graduated from high school last Friday. Me and her have always been very close since she was born, and I embraced the big brother role heavily when it came with her. Excuse me, y'all. I work near the World Trade Center, now in New York City, and while I wouldn't say I'm extremely rich, I'm definitely not doing bad financially. Mm-hmm. My sister and my family live in South Jersey. I usually don't mind a drive as it only takes about 2.5 hours, even with traffic. My sister had 5 free tickets she could have gave, and she gave 3 of them to our mom, our dad, and our grandma. The plan was that she would give 1 of the remaining 2 tickets to me to attend, and this has always been the plan until Thursday, a day before the graduation. She told me she had given the 2 tickets to her friends in a grade below. It honestly hurt that she didn't give me a ticket, and she told me I could just pay for myself. The fee for the tickets was $150. Let's pause right there.
Wait, for graduation?
For a high school graduation, $150? I think our tickets was like $20.
Did we have to pay for
tickets?
We got
extra tickets. We got a certain, if I remember correctly,
it wasn't a room.
We got like 2 or 3 tickets.
I had 4 because they went to my parents and my grandparents.
Right.
And then you had the option to pay for extra tickets.
I don't remember that.
Because I paid for extra tickets for a few of my aunts to be there.
I
remember that. I remember that. So it said, I guess it depends on the size of the school and stuff and where they're holding the graduation. Ours was at like CCBC.
I had
it's at UMBC.
Yeah.
Well, they've moved it since then. It's at Towson now.
Yeah,
I feel like I had between 10 and 20 tickets for my graduation.
God, it all depends on how big your graduating class and how big it's.
You finessed, because I think I only had like 4.
We
had 4 free tickets, and we had to pay for additional tickets, and we only get so many.
Our graduating class was almost 500. It was like 450, 475.
Y'all had a lot of people in y'all class. Right?
We did.
We was small. It was like 200, if that many.
Yeah.
Might be wrong, because I know I can pretty much almost, if I see anybody that graduate, I'm like, oh yeah, I went to school then.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so.
But wait a minute, it was $150?
$150.
What is it, the Coliseum?
That's what I want to know. So it goes, think about it. Well, they said they in Jersey. He lives in New York. So, I mean, shit different. I don't know. They further north. Okay, it goes on to say, I would have been fine with doing so, but not at last minute's notice. I realized that I was so hurt that she didn't give me a ticket that I decided to miss the graduation altogether. I decided to stay in Manhattan the day of the graduation and decided I would just call my sister to congratulate her. When she picked up, however, her and the rest of the family were very upset with me for missing it, saying I was stubborn and had felt the same about... saying that I was stubborn and selfish. I told them that maybe if my sister had felt the same about our bond as I did, then maybe I would have come. I haven't spoken to them since that Friday, but I'm starting to consider apologizing, and I regret missing out because it was such a big event. Am I the asshole?
Yep. And the reason why. Graduations are one of those things that you can never get back.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That moment will never, ever happen again. Mm-hmm. And he has to keep in mind, she is a teenager. Mm-hmm. If you want to be mad at anybody, you be mad at her parents for not saying anything to her about the situation. Or you show up, do your thing as the big brother, and then you get on her case afterwards about what happened. And say, this $150 you could have got in your pocket, I had to spend this to buy this ticket, my bad. Now you could be petty and go back that way. Mm-hmm. But not showing up, you will never get that moment again.
back. I agree.
Yeah. Unless, I mean, in a way, maybe if she graduates from like college or grad school.
It's still the same thing.
But high school is like, because that could be the last graduation. She may not go to college or, yeah.
Or you might not live to see her graduate
That's
from
true.
college.
We never know nowadays.
Right. So like, hey, no, you the asshole. You could have been mad, pissed off, bought your ticket, and then
talked about it later. I agree.
Be pissed the whole time you at the graduation.
Yeah, pissed off
to the highest level to festivity.
Hashtag pissed off but present.
That part.
I agree.
Because that's one of them. Those are one of the moments that you will never get back.
I hate that at a lot of times that we see this with family members, how certain situations will drum up so much spite that, like you said, people will miss out on milestones, births, weddings, and graduations and things you can't get back because there's so much spite or animosity built up.
I've had that happen.
Families.
I've had that happen. I've seen it within my own family. So yeah,
But
yeah.
I was speaking of the example because I'm a fan of Real Housewives, and I watch Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Yeah.
And when Teresa Giudice married her now husband, her brother, who's her only, like, her parents are deceased. She is a
Oh, the mother passed too?
Her mother died.
I knew the father had died.
Like 2 seasons ago.
The mother died first.
Oh, okay. I knew the father had passed on.
The mother
but I
died
haven't seen it in
first.
like 3 seasons, 3 or 4.
You mean
5,
like 10?
9. It's been a while.
The mother died like
First. I think the mother died while Teresa was in jail.
The mother passed first?
Yeah.
Not while right as she got home.
Right.
Oh,
Her mother
wow.
died.
I
Was
didn't
sick
know.
that whole year. And
Yeah.
her father
did
died
not,
a couple
and
of
I
years
knew the
later.
dad had died, but I didn't know the mom had passed as
So-
well. And they were close with their parents.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were really close.
Oh, wow.
Teresa from me watching the show, I've learned that Teresa basically cut out the cousins she did have. Whose phone is?
My mama calling me.
Oh.
I want to answer it and see what she want. Y'all want her to be nosy?
No.
Okay.
But so she had fallen out with her cousins because they were on the show, and I guess it was mess. And then it's been the whole feud, or the basis of the Real Housewives of New Jersey is the feud between Teresa, her brother, and her sister-in-law Melissa.
I thought they fixed that.
No, they beef. The reunion is airing now, and they still beefing. This is season 13 or 14 of that show.
Do you think that is an envy thing? Like a jealousy?
No, it's a
type
lack
thing?
of communication thing.
No, I think it's multiple things. Teresa is a Taurus, and she's stubborn, and she holds on to shit even though she says she doesn't. The issue is that there were issues about how Melissa got on the show in the first place, because it was said that, and it was Carlos King used to be a producer on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. He was producer on the first few iterations of those shows
When it was good?
Yeah, early seasons, like seasons 1, 2,
I've been
3.
recording
When
the
it
last
was-
season of Atlanta. I watched the first episode and I just
When it was real
Yeah.
life situations happen and not stuff that was set
made
up.
up stuff. We'll talk about Atlanta next. But Melissa initially came on and said, "Oh, the show approached me to come on, me and Joe, but it was actually discovered, or Carlos actually had screenshots. Melissa was inboxing him to try to get a look to get on the show.
Right.
child.
And then when they came on, I don't know if you
To
were
bring the family drama onto
right
TV.
when I don't know if it happened by the time
And were they beefing previous to
Yeah.
them coming on TV?
maybe.
Okay.
It was on like 5. I don't know what season it was, but the kids are still little. It's before
Oh
they
yeah,
went to jail.
see, because Gia is I think 21 or 22 now.
Damn.
Yeah,
Right.
so Gia
Remember?
was young. They had just bought the mansion that her and Joe Giudice lived in. They were just moving
He got
into that
deported,
house.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
After he
He
got
got
out of jail,
kicked out.
they deported him. because he grew up. He literally was born in Italy, and then I think he moved to the States before he turned 1.
Okay.
But he never got his citizenship papers, never did anything. And after the court case, they was like, brother.
Excuses. But no, she was talking about
one time
how
in Sicily.
She I really believe she came on there to do the family drama.
Yeah.
When Teresa was beefing with everybody else.
Because
And then here she come.
They already
remember-
had that family drama when it came to Jacqueline, and
So in
all of them.
the initial seasons,
Mm-hmm.
so the original housewives were Teresa Giudice, Caroline Manzo, Dina Manzo, and Jacqueline Larita, and Danielle
Jacqueline is married
Staub.
to the Manzo's brother, correct?
So Caroline is married to Albert Manzo.
Right.
Jacqueline and Dina are biological sisters. I think Caroline is
That's
the
what it is.
oldest. Caroline's the oldest. Dina is the youngest. And Jacqueline was married to their brother Chris. So
Right.
there's Jacqueline and
Because their daughter was a bitch.
Ashley, yeah. Jacqueline,
privileged.
Barry.
Dina and Caroline were sisters and sisters-in-law because they were two sisters married to two brothers.
Right.
And then Jacqueline was married to their younger brother, Chris Larita. And then Teresa, who was friends with Dina, and then Danielle Staub. But so remember the episode
so glad she was gone.
when Joe and Melissa were introduced to the show when at their I think it was Antonia's christening.
Yeah. It's the baby girl christening.
And I think it might have been Joey or Gino's. I don't remember which kid it was.
It was the baby.
It was
one of the babies.
one of the babies. Her parents were still alive then, and a fight erupted.
Yes, between
Because
the Joes, right?
Between the Joes, because they called out, I think Teresa came over to like congratulate them and everything, and they were like, "You scum, you bottom of the barrel, blah 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 blah
You ain't been around,
you haven't been
blah,
around,"
blah, blah,
and they
blah,
called her
blah.
out, and then Joe Giudice came over defending his wife, and this whole melee just erupted.
I remember that.
And Joe Gorga was cussing out like his father, like, "You're my father, you're taking his side." Like,
Because he was right. They was wrong as hell. That was not the place.
it wasn't. But again,
wasn't the place at the time.
there have been allegations claiming that Melissa and Joe make up storylines for the show.
I seen that.
There were statements
I can believe it.
about how like the only reason they came on the show was to stir up mess with Teresa.
I believe it.
And yeah, I can see that to an extent. But Teresa also plays part in it. She's not innocent.
No, she
There's
not.
fault on both sides. But I think because they've been having this conflict on reality TV for over a decade now.
Your kids are grown seeing
Right.
y'all do this dumb
Even
shit.
Dolores, their oldest daughter Antonia just got accepted to college. I saw it posted on like a Bravo blog.
Mm-hmm.
And Antonia and Melania, I think, are the same age.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they were like literally in child. They were toddlers when they started on the show, and now they're going off to college, and like y'all are still beefing
About
on
dumb
some
shit.
dumb shit.
About family shit.
And it was to the point where some mess came up this season, and Joe actually, they had an argument. Joe,
Not me.
Teresa, and Melissa. I mean, it does. No, but so they had been beefing for so long in this season. Some foolishness, some rumor came out. Another rumor came out about Melissa, which I do think Teresa had a part in. Like she had the part in Melissa being called a stripper 8 seasons ago.
Mm-hmm. But did she lie?
She did, because it was proven that Melissa wasn't a stripper. But in any
She was a
event,
high paid escort.
whatever. What? Allegedly.
Ooh,
I
allegedly.
allegedly, I wasn't there.
Me neither.
In any event, Joe and Melissa actually opted out of Teresa's wedding. They did not go.
The newest wedding.
To Louis. But it also came out that, and if you watch the season, during the season, there were times where Teresa and her then fiance were talking like, well, we don't want them there anyway, or we don't want them there.
So when they didn't show up, they made a big deal out of it.
It wasn't a big deal at the time, but Joe did throw jabs at them while he was at like his in-laws' house. Like, oh, and Melissa's sisters were in the background. Like, oh, we're your real family.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Yep. My situation. Because I'm telling you, if it was to happen, wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
And I'd be everything but the child of God.
Mm-hmm.
Everything but the child of God. Everything.
Yeah, because you showed up at a damn party that I wouldn't have went to, but that's just me.
I be trying to be
It's
the
not
nigga
the way
person.
you was treating me.
I be trying.
In the words of Candy Barris, when they go low, I go to hell.
I'm trying not to go there. I be trying.
Yeah, it's. Oh,
You was loud.
I am loud, and I don't know why I have the voice on, but anyway,
With the very white voice on.
yeah. No,
Quiet storm.
always.
But there's so much mess. But it was so in a scene while they were getting ready for the wedding and everything, they filmed sometime in cars, going to wherever they're going, they're talking, having conversations. Teresa was in the car with her daughters, like driving somewhere. Louis called to go over the guest list to I think their rehearsal dinner, and literally the cameras are on. And she's talking. He's like, yeah, so I'm inviting Jacqueline and her husband. I'm inviting Dolores and her boyfriend. We're inviting Margaret and Joe Bernino, but we're not inviting Melissa and Joe. And she's like, babe, the cameras are rolling. He's like, oh shit, sorry. So it's shit on both sides.
I just think when people with this family mess, it's like somebody has to be the bigger person.
But neither one of them have the skills to be the bigger person.
Somebody
and
has
even
to be.
Dolores literally said while they were in the midst, Melissa and Teresa were in the midst of arguing during the first part of the reunion. Dolores was like, this story is old.
It is. It's been going on for fucking 20 years.
20 years, yeah. Joe and Melissa have been married, I think, for 20 years at this point.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But in the same breath of saying that, they're family, so it's not like they can say, well, they could, but it's
family
more
is
so
what you make it.
Right. It's like we still on the same show together, so we still have to deal with each other until both of them actually remove themselves from the show. This drama gonna continue because if one go off and the other one's still on, they gonna be talking about each other on the show, and then it's still gonna continue. But back to your story that you just questioned that you asked, his ass should have went to the graduation and then been made.
Yeah, that was an aside we did on reality TV, which we won't. Yeah,
It was a similar story.
It's a similar story. And
I think he should have just went and it could have been handled later.
You'll never get those moments back, and you don't want to look back when a person is dead and gone there on their deathbed. And I should have showed up more. I should have, had the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Like you show up again. If it's just so far gone, this is a petty instance. But in a lot of instances, like show up for people when you can. Don't let petty shit come in between.
And I can relate because I've become this type of person that I constantly show up for people. And after a while, I stopped doing it because they weren't showing up for me. But if this was the first instinct, I think that you should have just went and y'all could have discussed it later. You should have told her how you felt about it later. But that was a big deal. So you
big deal for everybody.
Yeah,
not just because you as a sibling, you were proud about her doing this,
and y'all always been close, and y'all never had no, based on the context of what you submitted, y'all never previously had no issues. Y'all always been close, so I think that you should have gone, and y'all could have had the conversation later on, maybe a couple days later or whatever. And I felt some type of way because I felt like I should have been included in that number. And
right, because I thought process could have been. Oh,
like my brother make money.
Well, my brother make money. He can afford to pay for this ticket.
And I think that's what that's what it sounds like to me. It was like, oh, they can't buy tickets, but he can. So let me get these tickets to my friends, and then y'all figure it out. Because, like I said, when we graduated, I had 4 free tickets. Of course, they went to my parents and my grandparents because they were my only grandparents who were still are my only grandparents who are still living. I'm thankful for that I still have they my only 2 grandparents still here.
I really think I had 20 tickets.
It was my aunt who my 2 aunts who supported me and who were there for me. I bought their tickets out of my own little, McDonald's check or whatever.
You know what? No, I didn't.
Everybody else I probably would have paid for their tickets. It was one other aunt who ticket I would have paid for, but I think she could make it that day.
I didn't buy my tickets. My parents, my mother and my brother worked for the city, and they showed their city badge.
And they got
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I still had a lot of people though. Yeah. So how did I do this?
I'm sitting here thinking about my college graduation, and my cousin graduated from the same school, and I feel like she had a bunch of tickets, so I hope I do too.
I don't remember.
I got a lot of supporters.
When I graduated from college, from Morgan State back in 2011.
You ain't had no tickets. We just walk in.
Yeah, I was at the graduation.
You just walk in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we ain't had no tickets. We just showed up.
Because I don't know if my sister was there.
Your mother was there.
My mother was there.
Your niece was there. I was there.
And then my 2 brothers from out of town came.
Yeah, they came.
They flew in for my college graduation.
We had a whole little section over there, Jeff.
Yeah.
I had a sunburn by the time we left because we was outside. I had a sunburn
too. I want y'all to know when 10th graders, they do middle school graduations now at high school, and we go in person.
I'm with it. I'm with it. She probably rolling her eyes now, but I'm with it.
But so real quick, talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, since we had a moment about Ari, Show, and Jay.
I'm tired. I'm over Kenya. She can go.
It's not even Kenya now. I'm over Marlo.
Oh, she's just an extra for no reason.
She does the most.
What I think needs to happen, and I'm gonna say it. Atlanta's glory days are behind it. Nene is never coming back. And I think they need to do the same thing they did with Real Housewives of New York, where they need to basically sunset the current cast, everybody,
and
put a brand new, fresh, younger cast. But that's for them to figure out. They have all brand new housewives on New York.
Several people they can bring in. It's several people who are actually wives.
Because the only one that's a wife now is Candy and the runner girl.
But the thing is, Candy is also the longest serving housewife out of all the shows. She's been on 14.
And her storyline changes every year.
15 seasons.
You don't run the same shit.
But I think Candy is also in her she's pushing 50 at this point. She's been on the show for almost 15 years, and I think the show, because at least from what I've seen, I think I've read from LoveBScott.com, the ratings are on a decline.
Because that damn Marlo that show is, when I tell you she gets on my nerves,
it's not just Marlo.
I don't believe she should have got a peach.
She shouldn't have, but I think it's the show overall, because the beefs are like Love and Hip Hop is all contrived. These people aren't friends, or they're not tight like the initial group may have been, or it's not a group of friends that somehow wound up on reality TV. They were like loose relations like the original cast was. It's all like, well, I was casted, Sanya popped up on the show, then Drew Sidora,
why is Drew Sidora even on? She has no.
And then Marlo spent
I liked her.
Marlo been on the show for a decade as a friend of, and now she's a peach holder. I would say, I think she's overrated. If they were to reboot Atlanta, bring bring Portia back as the star of the show. And
Portia's hilarious to me.
And cast a group of women around her age or slightly younger, like early 40s, late 30s, in Portia's age.
I would keep Candy. Candy my girl. Because I can honestly say.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Candy as well.
Every time they try to pull a card on her and talk about her, and no, wait a minute, hold on, bitch, I got receipts. Hold on. You're not
I would say Candy and Portia, but I feel like there's also.
Because they actually real friends.
Now, yeah.
Well, you know how friends fall out, fall in.
Yeah.
They are real friends.
Yeah, but
I hate. I'm gonna say this. If they're gonna do it, if they do Candy, Portia, and Kenya, who are people who are actually ones that outside of the show still hang. They do stuff.
Right, and I remember there have been photos of like Portia and Kenya getting the girls together and doing like play dates and mommy and me stuff. Yeah.
But the rest of them are just.
But I just think it's time to sunset this current cast as a whole, Candy included. Now I say this as a person that loves Candy Burrs.
Right, this would do it.
Give Candy her own spinoff, but then again they give her spinoffs and they only last for a season because I guess the shows aren't meaty enough, like Tardy for the Party, and they don't attract enough viewers.
And bring in how that lasted as long as it did.
And bring in a whole new cast, the women in their early to mid 30s of housewives,
right?
And have
real wives.
Women that are on the up and up in Atlanta, showing a new generation of Atlanta.
We need to go back to having the real wives.
Yeah. But show a new generation of Atlanta and start the show over from there, because the show, these women are all, and this sounds ageist, but the storyline, they're old. The storylines are old. The cast is old. They're not talking about age, but the cast has been on there. It's the same core group of women that they cycle in and out. Sheree comes and goes.
Can we not put Sheree back on there at all?
Nene burned her bridge with Bravo, so Nene's never coming back. I'm sure we'll have Cynthia come on some episode.
Can we not put Sheree on there no more?
Phaedra's on Married to Medicine now.
Oh, shit. I didn't watch
yeah, she recording. She recording Married to Medicine. Yeah.
Oh, I'm here for that. Mm-hmm. Even though I don't like her, but.
And Quad and Dr. G's new wife and Dr. G are back. And so Quad is on there too.
Why is Quad still on it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Good afternoon. Well, I'm still trying to figure out why she's still part of anything.
I like Quad.
I do, but I don't.
She acts, but
she does a lot.
She does a lot, and then I'll be like, "All y'all bitches be hearing this shit. Don't nobody want to call her out? Why y'all not calling her out on what she be doing? Nobody gonna call her out. We not gonna call her out."
I'm interested to see this new season and how
with Dr. G on it.
With Dr. G back and the wife and Phaedra,
the lawyer / mortician / beauty consultant / whatever is going to fit into this.
Wait a minute, where she become a beauty consultant?
I don't know. She got a lot of jobs. She got like 9 jobs.
Do you know Phaedra's parks on her? Nothing else. She got a damn job.
Yeah.
Or 6.
She like Candy. She gonna make sure she get her coins.
I agree.
I'm still laughing at when she first came on the Real Housewives, and she didn't know how much she was.
She knew, but she was trying. No, she knew. She knew she was trying to hide the fact that she got pregnant before she was married.
But wait a minute. I was like, what? And then you talk to a bunch of people that got kids.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, she was trying to hide the fact that she got pregnant before she was married.
Mm-hmm.
But like you on here with all these mothers, and you gonna say you don't know?
Right.
I think I'm about. Well, I should be. What the hell?
Child. It's
Okay, we gotta get back. We done went left.
That's fine. I mean, it's good to have a size. It adds, it adds a little zhuzh, a little here.
Bring the
conversation. But I mean, Andy, even years ago, just jump back just for a second before we move on. Andy Cohen said years ago, his mind when it was time to start sunsetting Housewives is when they would do like All Stars cast, which we now have in like the Ultimate Girls Trip, where they bring wives from different cities together to film for a couple of weeks and put it on
like a week.
Whatever. I mean, yeah, I think like it's.
The last episode of All Stars was good.
I didn't watch it. I don't have
none of the seasons.
I don't have the bandwidth. I'm sorry.
It's
for me, it's going the same way that Love and Hip Hop is going. Love and Hip Hop used to be 4 cities, now it's just 2, and they've moved Yandy and Erica Mena to Atlanta. Miami is the other city, but they canceled New York and they canceled LA. And
I don't care what nobody says.
And now it's on MTV. It's not even on VH1 no more.
Yeah, New York was the best cast when it Love and Hip Hop New York came out.
When it started, yeah.
And Atlanta.
Yeah.
Both of those was like, this is some shit.
I've been watching the running back thing.
And I forgot so many of them scenes.
I did too.
I watched Love and Hip Hop. I think I would go in and out of. I watched Atlanta and New York faithfully, but I would go in and out of Miami and LA because to me
was stupid for me. And LA,
I like Amara La Negra personally. You got a black Dominican girl. I love her.
I was a fan of hers until she started dating Safari. Now I'm questioning her sanity.
I'm just going on my bald head ass business.
Yeah, but I will say this. I basically watched Love and Hip Hop up until the pandemic. And I remember watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta with Kirk, and they were filming. And the producers broke the fourth wall. I was like, y'all, we got to start recording. We just got shut down.
Right.
Because COVID, And they basically went from like filming in like a restaurant to doing like person-on-person interviews with like the cast. And they had the producers all masked up with the face shields and everything. And they were like, it's so weird, like the pandemic, And then it went off the air for like what? 2 or 3 years? Because that was 2019. Hot Chase. It went off the air and it came back. A new Love and Hip Hop. Girl, I don't need to see this.
I'm so more mad that
we've also kind of aged out of it too, to be honest.
That's too. Like we over the drama and the extra shit.
Yeah, because we old now. We started watching the show when we were in our early 20s when Love and Hip Hop started.
It came out in 2012. I looked at it the other day.
I was 25 when Love and Hip Hop started.
Damn.
Yeah, I was 25 when Love and Hip Hop started.
I don't know. Wait a minute. You're lying. Hold on.
I'll be 37 this year. Like, I don't.
Wait a minute.
Look, I get my drama from.
I watch it because I don't know what it is with me. I told you that's my thing. Reality TV.
Clearly, I watch.
Sit there and be like, I can't believe y'all really came on TV and did this. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and watch it.
I still go in and out of Atlanta. I haven't started the new season yet, but you know, I watch every episode of Potomac.
Start sometime this week.
I watch Real Housewives of Potomac faithfully. I watch Real Housewives of Jersey. I watch Beverly Hills because Garcelle Beauvais.
I'm behind on. I didn't watch the last season of Beverly Hills.
So,
Beverly Hills was good. It's really
Love
good.
and Hip Hop New York came out in 2011.
I thought it was. Was Atlanta? No, New York was the first one.
It was New York, then Atlanta, then Hollywood, then Miami.
Yeah.
But my kid, damn, I was 26 years old.
And remember, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was the highest rated show on VH1 for at least a good 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah, because it came in and swamped all of the white shows.
It swamped all up because they were still doing. I think that was at the tail end of a Celebrity Reality once that guy from I Love Money killed his girlfriend, and they canceled I Love New York, the spinoffs. They canceled I Love Money. They canceled all of those shows, and then that's right when Love and Hip Hop started.
And that's when it was reality TV was still reality TV.
And then it came on. That was on for a couple of years, and then Black Ink Crew started, and then that started, and then Mob Wives started. They was all around the same time, but
Mob Wives didn't last.
I love
4 or 5 seasons. You know I love Mob Wives.
You know why I ain't last?
Because they was actually killing. They was on site, man, on site, bitch.
And they was telling to me secrets.
Well, that too. But I think I think part of it was
I'm gonna smack the shit out this bitch when she walked in the door. They was smacking the shit out this bitch when she walked in the door.
Big Ange died.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Oh, I miss Big Ange. Drita.
You ain't
they were like, they buy me diamonds, they buy me flowers,
money.
They take me on trips to Boca.
I like the wise guys.
I'm still trying to why this lady with this man voice had all these niggas and I ain't had none.
That's what's smoking them damn cigarettes. She died. She died. She had throat cancer.
She died from cancer. Yeah, I loved Big
Ange.
Ange.
Yeah, ma'am.
She made me giggle.
They even got Big Ange on. Her and Renee was going at it. Whatever. So I was like, usually Big Ange was neutral. She'd be like, "You guys need to fix it. You need to get it together."
Renee overstepped. She was a habitual line stepper.
But Renee stepped to her. She was like, "I will wreck you, bitch." I was like, "Oh, you got Big Ange upset?"
I said, "Not Big Ange.
Not Big Ange. Everybody loved Big Ange."
Her and that Herman Monster laugh. I loved it. I loved her.
Not the I can't breathe laugh.
Yes.
That's how she laughed.
I loved her. She was my favorite.
All right, Shauna, what's our next question?
Yeah,
we done went all the way left.
Yep.
All the way.
All right, so this question comes to me from ND. That's the initials, ND. And the question is...
Was it new dick?
I was going to say no dick.
I hate y'all so bad.
Nectarine dick?
I hate y'all so bad.
Nudist dick.
So the question is...
Neutral dick.
Nobody's,
I like that. That's it.
nobody's dick.
Nappy
That's
dick.
it. Oh, God.
Native
Awful.
dick.
Y'all dumb. Y'all made me forget my damn question.
I think that's the episode title right there.
Look,
Neighbor's dick.
Neighbor's dick.
y'all so stupid. Y'all stupid.
Nuzzle the dick.
So the question is, I hate y'all.
Okay, we stop. Okay.
Nasty dick.
Flip it around. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that. It's not nice. That's not nice.
Y'all dumb.
Nice dick worked out. Go ahead. Sorry, I bet.
Suppose you're dating this guy or girl, and after 5 years, you find out that y'all are cousins. What do you do?
Wait.
What?
Say that again.
Suppose you're dating a guy or girl, and after 5 years together, you find out y'all are cousins. What are y'all doing?
Don't judge me, right? Don't judge me. No, you go first? Yeah. Let me go first. You go first.
How close of cousins are we?
Oh, see, we go the same way.
Because
We go the
again,
same way.
if this is like a first cousin or like a first cousin once removed, like no. But
How you ain't know?
if we take an ancestry test and it come out that we actually fourth or fifth cousins, we share like 1% of the same DNA, bitch. Okay, well I can't do shit with that now.
Technically, it's okay. So I'm still scared to this day to take a DNA test with my kid because her father is a Scot. Mm-hmm. My family's maiden name is Scott. Mm-hmm. They from Virginia, North Carolina area. My grandfather is from Aiken, North Carolina. It was a bunch of them. When I look in the daggone history book thing, it's one sibling. They can't find this sibling. Don't nobody know who this sibling is. It just might be a 25% chance that I had a baby by my cousin, but I don't know. I'm not going to look into it because that's my mind and my bald head ass business. You weren't close enough to my family for me to know.
I agree. So when this question was first asked to me, I said the same thing. I was like, how close are we talking? Are we talking fourth to sixth cousins?
Right,
because
right, that far out. That you share like
that
great.
far out.
It's like great grandparents. Then
Right.
yeah, but if y'all share the same great grandparents and grandparents,
then that's different.
No, that's close. But
that's different.
Again, that many generations out.
Yeah,
where it's thousands of people on that family tree. Like, girl, I'm pretty sure we've all. Shut up, Brendan. But I'm saying like.
Wait a minute. Pause. You're going to take all this before this out.
And thinking about it, especially if you date somebody who's from the same area you're from or may have family from around the same area, you're not DNA testing every single person you've laid with.
I agree.
So, I mean, who's to say we haven't done the deed with our fourth or fifth or sixth cousin? Because who knows? Especially if they from another side of the country because your Uncle Mookie moved to California in the 30s and he had a whole family and then the kid come back to go to Howard and then,
he is fine.
Right. Yeah, you fine because y'all look alike because y'all related.
Fine as frogs here.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's one of the ones like, if you don't know, that means they were not your cousins.
So story time.
Oh,
I was reading this story online the other day that this couple had been together for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. They had been married for X amount of years. They ended up doing an ancestry test and found out that they were actually brother and sister. One of I think they shared a father. So one of them, the father had cheated with the other one's mother and the other child was created. They never knew, of course. It was a long secret. They had been married. They had children together. Everything, and they found out that they biologically were brother and sister, half brother and sister.
That's one of them ones like that don't even make sense.
And they said they were staying together because
But no, okay, no, okay. Hear me out. Even if you don't know who your father is, whatever the word is, father is, and you meet somebody who says, "Oh, I don't know who my father is."
No, one of them knew who their father was. The other one, and the father was deceased. Apparently.
I'm sorry, but even that's one of the ones that you question when somebody doesn't know who their father is. Like, okay, so you still want to know like some type of.
They didn't know. The mother apparently never told them who their father was. So
the mother ain't never see the picture of the father when she went to the damn thing.
I guess not. They did. Well, how could they? Because I don't know if
you may tell me all this time they was together. Ain't nobody bring up Ned in their picture.
I guess not.
Of the father. I don't even talk to mine, and it's a picture in my house of mine.
I guess not.
When you used to go to my mother's house before she got married, there was a picture of my father in her house. So you mean tell me you ain't never?
That's what they saying.
The one who knew who the father was ain't never seen the people ain't.
Yeah, one of them didn't know who their father was.
Strong side eye.
The mother never told them who their father was, so they had no idea who their father was. But the other one knew their father. So he wouldn't be able to look at the picture and say, "Oh yeah, that's my father."
Right.
But you're saying like maybe
his mother ain't never come to their house.
I think with questions like this, we need more context because is his mother alive? You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like one of the ones like
is his mother alive and she might come to the house and say, "Oh my God, that's your father," or something like that. Yeah, but they found out through an ancestry test that they were brother and sister, and they said they had been together all these years and they were in love. Their kids were fine.
Okay.
Kids were fine. They had like 2 children together, I think. And they had been together all those years and
That's a lie.
They wasn't breaking up, so.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's a lie. But it's still the same question of saying, so y'all been together all this time and ain't nobody ever see a picture of your father?
Apparently so. That's what they said.
Right, you think it's like so ain't nobody ever like your mother ain't never walk in there and see a pic, especially if you saying the girl knew who her father was. Yeah, that's
unless his mother is the way I looked at it. I was like, well, maybe his mother is deceased as well.
Maybe okay, they both parents see okay, you get a pass. But if your mother's still alive and your mother, bitch, you ain't know who you slept with.
I mean, we seen paternity court where he was testing 4, 5, 9 niggas. So,
but they knew who they slept with.
To an extent, I guess.
They just ain't know which one had impregnated them.
I guess so.
This plum wine ain't strong enough for that one.
We need some tequila.
I don't know. I kind of feel like it. Yeah, if it's a close relation, no. But if we 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th cousins and we didn't grow up together, our grandparents don't know each other. What can you do at that point?
That's
right.
What I
said. I get it.
And 5 years is a long time to be with somebody. So
and then finding out. But again, I've seen this comment, and I think it makes sense to me. If you've been with somebody, your relationship is good, everything is good, and you find this out after 5 years of being together, baby, let that shit lay. Let that shit lay. Keep that between y'all and live your life.
It be the ones who
know. Never tell nobody but God.
Right. It be the ones who know this my cousin, and I'm still the hell you little nasty. You nasty. Because you already know this is, y'all was raised together. Y'all lived in the same house. Y'all slept in the same bed in grandma's house. The hell? That's pedophile.
That's different. Yeah, that's a different scenario.
Different. Yeah.
All right, next question.
That's just weird.
All right, so I got a good one for y'all. This one boiled my potatoes last night.
Not boiled. You put eggs in it?
It boiled my potatoes.
Put a little butter and salt?
It grinded my gears.
Made your butt itch?
It buttered my grits. All right.
A little salt, pepper, a little garlic.
My supposed best friend went to Vegas with my ex-husband weeks after my divorce was final.
Wait, say that again?
What?
My supposed best friend went to Vegas with my ex-husband weeks after the divorce was final.
That's why she's supposed.
Wait a minute. I probably wouldn't have been mad if either of them had the guts to tell me, but instead I figured it out when they were both posting Facebook updates from Vegas. She found out later why he was my ex-husband. It was karma at its finest. She tried to come to me crying when he was manipulative and just awful to her. My reaction was, "You're joking, right? We're no longer friends."
As it should be. That's why I suppose it's best friends. So let's backpedal here.
Okay.
Please do.
As you know, I take best friend terms loosely.
You take them loosely?
Yeah, because if I call you my best friend, that mean nah, for real. Like this, even I'm not even.
So not loosely. You take them. You
Well, I
really
used the wrong
take
word.
them strongly.
Yeah, that's the word.
You take them strongly, not loosely. Like loosely would mean, whatever. It's not a big
wrong
deal.
word. Yeah, wrong word. Thank you for fixing me. Even my best friend now that I'm not even really talking to like that, that's still my bitch. I still, something happened today tomorrow. Pew, I'm there. And the thing is, yeah, now if I say, hey, I'm not fucking with this nigga no more, this nigga some bullshit. Oh, all right, we ain't fucking with him no more. Bitch, that wasn't your friend from the beginning. And normally you see the red flags before they not your friends.
I agree.
The red flags be there. It be like waving in your face.
Red flags be flagging.
They be in the ground, say in the wind. Yeah, no, she knew that was going to happen. She knew that it wasn't her friend before that even happened.
Some things that I feel like some things have been said. She's made some jokes, quote unquote. Something has been said for you to know that she really was not your friend in the first
Oh
place.
shit! Damn it! Chase scared the fuck out of me. He rubbed my leg.
Yeah, so she fucked around and found out. That's it.
Like you can't even talk. It's like
She fucked around and found out.
And guess what? I be the asshole sit there and listen to you tell me the whole stuff. Like, oh my, he did what? Won't that? Well, and then pause and say,
Not me. I'm laughing.
no, wait a minute. Now pause. But didn't I tell you the same thing when we was talking about this? Because if it's your best friend, you definitely told her about the shit that he was doing before y'all got divorced. Because you 9 times out of 10 asked for her advice before y'all got divorced. Or spilt your gut out crying before y'all got y'all divorced.
I agree. And she was just taking it all in and saying, oh, I ain't going to do what you did.
He must
I ain't
have had
gonna
a
do
big
what
dick
you
and a
did.
smile.
I don't do what you did. But guess what, sis?
Fuck around and found out. My bad. I hit the mic. I ain't drinking no
In the
wine.
words of Nelson on The Simpsons. Hey!
I will say this, and these are words I live by when it comes, especially when it comes to friends dating friends and friends dating exes and everything. Once I'm done dealing with you, I'm done dealing with you.
I agree with that.
And also on top of that, I'm not in the business of blocking anybody's blessings, good or bad. So if you see me go through something with somebody and you choose to engage,
You're bad.
that's your bald head ass business. I'm gonna sit here with my drink. Cheers. Have fun. And I'm gonna live my life. Don't come to me when shit happened the same way it happened to me with you. Because
you thought you was different.
You thought you was the one, huh?
And it was me.
Ain't I'm
But
famous?
you also have to be very cognizant of the things that you share about your relationship with people, because sometimes people are looking for a way in. And I've witnessed it happen to people I know. It actually happened to me way back in the day. But some people are perpetrating like they are
Your biggest cheerleader?
a listening ear, but they are really trying to gain insight. So you have to be careful about saying, oh, girl, he do this in the bedroom and his dick is this and this. You have to be very careful. No matter how much you trust the person, you have to be very careful about the things that you share about your love life and about the person that you're in a relationship with, because some people going to want to try this shit out for themselves to see if it's really as good as you saying it is. I know somebody who would have happened to, she would talk to her homegirl like, yeah, girl, he did this to me and he did this
she
to me.
found out.
And she wanted to find out for her damn self to see if it was as good as she said it was. And
That's why I don't talk no
went
more.
so far as to make up rumors and lies about that particular friend to get the dude away from her, and she ended up with him. But what she didn't know, outside of that good dick,
He was abusive. And whooped
he
ass.
liked to fight bitches. Yeah. So then she was snotting and
Listen,
crying and apologizing.
I'm going
And
to tell you, if a nigga put his hand, this nigga just slapped the shit out of me, bitch. Get my bail money, but you can go whoop his ass.
But she wanted to find out. All she heard was how good the dick was, but she didn't know what was going on besides that. Or, oh, you see that he doing this, that, and the third for her, and he taking care of her, and they always going on trips, and they always going on that.
That's his
But you don't know he
apologize.
get drunk and want to fight and want to punch you in the face and all that shit like that. You don't know that part because she ain't telling you that part. She's telling you the good part. So you gotta be real careful with being envious of folks, because you do not know
What they go to behind closed
what is
doors.
going on behind closed doors.
That's why I tell you all the time, do not tell me nothing. Because my energy reads people. And Shauna, since you've known me, when I say
I have,
I don't fuck with that. And when that person come back and be an ass, y'all wonder why I said I didn't fuck with that.
yep.
I picked it up on first interaction. Nope, I'm good. I'm good. And then this person acted ass. Told y'all something was wrong with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't want to listen to me.
All right, y'all. So we come to a consensus.
Here, have fun.
Fon says, don't come crying to me.
Let me know how to work out for you, all right?
Just keep ice in the freezer so you can put it on that black eye when he busts you in the face.
Call the police.
Oh,
Get
well.
a restraining order.
Run, bitch, run.
Bust that bitch in his head. Knock him down the steps.
No, what D say we playing grip ball.
Make him some grits.
Grip ball. So the next question is from Brandon's favorite thread.
Lord.
The boy.
Lord.
The 3
This
brown.
is from the 6 Brown Chicks on Instagram. If anybody don't follow them, please go follow them. If not, simply for entertainment. This shit is hilarious. So this question is, I'm a straight married female with 2 sons. My college roommate and I experimented with each other years ago, and we still connect, for sex. Last time she told me to choose her or lose her forever, I broke it off. She told my husband about us. My entire family is disgusted with me.
Why?
Help.
Why?
I guess because she was cheating with a woman. We don't know what kind of family she come from. Maybe she come from an ultra-conservative family.
Hold on. Run that back.
Straight married female with 2 sons.
You're not straight, but go ahead.
She experimented with her female college roommate.
Okay, experimentation.
And every now and then they still link up and
It's not experiment no more because they still hook up.
Yeah, every now and then they still hook up and do the nasty.
Okay, so bisexual.
And
okay.
she, apparently the roommate got attached and told her it's either me or your husband. And she decided she wanted her husband and her family. So the roommate went and told her husband everything. And now the entire family apparently knows, and they are disgusted with her. I don't know if they're disgusted because she was cheating, because she was cheating with a woman.
If she was
or what it
cheating,
is.
I get it. Cheating, okay, I get it. Cheating, no matter what you doing, who you doing,
Yeah.
that's fair for them to be mad about that.
Right.
But why else are y'all mad? If it's not about her cheating, what you mad for?
I agree.
right, exactly. You trying to find some way of
I'm trying to think of a way to say this, but girl, I mean, you made your bed, you got to lie in it.
Yes.
that part.
You knew you was married. If you choose to engage with somebody, you bisexual, be bisexual, girl, or whatever you look. If you, however you, I am truly tongue tied today.
Listen, she said she was a heterosexual. Ma'am, you are not.
However you choose to identify, girl, that ain't gonna do me. Live how you live. Get it how you live. If you want Ray Keisha to go ahead and lick your box twice a month, girl, live your life.
Not Ray Keisha.
I think it's something. But you gotta be prepared
Ray Keisha.
for the backlash of the shit you do. If you know you living out here scandalously, or as I say when I say that word, I gotta say it like Prince does, scandalous. If you out here living foul, living scandalously,
Be prepared for the repercussions.
be
That's not
prepared
the
to have that
word.
shit blow up in your face.
Was that the right word?
Yeah.
It was, okay.
Yeah, be ready for the shit to come back on you. If the shit, yeah.
This wine strong shit, it just hit me in my face. It smacked me. I'm just trying to figure out why her family mad though. Like, what you mad for? What
That's what I
are
want to
you
know. I wish
mad
there was more
for?
context to the question, because are they mad because she's cheating, or mad because she's cheating with a woman? That's what I would like
hold
to
on,
know.
pause. You mad about something that ain't got shit to do with you.
But you know how family members be, and that's why they always say you're supposed to keep your family out of your relationship, because you didn't kiss made up, forgave them, and they still mad or don't want them at the cookout. So you have to be very careful about the things that you share.
But if you ain't okay, let me put it this way: if somebody that I know cheats, and I found out they cheated on them, oh shit, right? But if you ain't put this on full blast and embarrass them with this cheating, that's between you and them. Because this is your inside business. How you move with it. However, if you take this cheating and you put it to the world to see, now I'm gonna be mad too, because I'm like, yo, not only did you cheat, but then you embarrass them at the same time. That's a whole different situation. But I can't be mad with you forever. Because guess what? If they take you back, they done took you back. Oh, well, that's their bad. They got later the next day, not me.
Right.
As somebody with personal experience with that, I remember I've been the person who was still pissed off, still mad, and still angry. And after having my conversation with Mrs. Howard, I was like,
shout out Mrs. Howard.
what am I mad about? Because they done kissed, made up, acting like nothing never happened. And I'm still over here mad, wanting to fight, angry, and all that for what? If you love it,
I like it.
If you like it, I love it. If you love it, I like it. Whatever. There's no need of me still being over here, being mad.
Too sweet. Mm-hmm. Shout out to pineapple juice. Shauna been shopping at ShopRite. Oh.
And he just wasted the whole glass on me.
Mazel tov. And on that note, we're going to take a commercial break. We got to clean up. We got a mess to clean up. We're going to be right back, y'all. And we back after that spill.
Brandon made Shauna wet for the first time in a long time.
I haven't made a woman wet like that in years. But I guess when she gets like riding the bike, when she do it, you remember how to do it.
You'll never forget.
You never forget.
Was it good for you? You need a cigarette?
Not a cigarette.
You know she got them on standby.
You need a blunt.
I do.
You need some wine.
I wish I could smoke that damn blunt.
I'm all sticky. You know, pineapple juice got sugar in it. Let's move on.
That went left.
Yeah, I might take that part out. But yeah.
Please don't. That was hilarious.
So what was the next question? I'm scared to fill up my thing with more pineapple juice.
The thing with more pineapple juice?
Look, let's get it away from me. The next question.
That's what he said.
Ooh. The next question. We going back to the Am I the Asshole thread. Mm-hmm. And that question is.
Oh, before you do that, you can I read this, Fern? Because you told me to wait.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
I sent you this. Imagine texting me what that mouth do, and I say, come find out.
I said this. And then what I said the other day?
Yeah. And now it's 2 a.m. and you're listening, and you're sitting on the edge of the bed listening to me play my harmonica.
So wait a minute. Hold on. No, wait a minute. So
I'm mad as shit.
So who those don't know, I like the herbs. The other day, me, Shauna, and our friend Shell are in a group chat. I was part of the herb community. I was on the clouds. And I seen that.
How's a giraffe's pussy?
And I sent it to them. Let me tell you how I was stuck laughing for 20 minutes and couldn't get my life together. How about I sent them a message and say, y'all, I'm stuck laughing. Shauna responded back, what are you talking about? But I never sent the picture of the message.
Never sent the picture.
Well, what happened?
She never sent the damn picture until after I said, what are you talking about? She was like, oh.
Not
But could you imagine you say what this mouth do and then you send them and they sitting there still
2 in the morning on the edge of the bed.
All right, I'm gonna head out. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna head out.
I think that's the name of the. I think that's the name of the episode.
All right,
Q&A. What that mouth do?
Ah.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. It's a little moist.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
This is episode 21?
No, I think this might be
22.
Can we just talk about how I've been
something
on?
like that.
Well, I'll figure it out when I get home.
I've been a guest, and I've been a guest a couple times.
You have been.
I gotta come for the anniversary special. When y'all do your anniversary episode,
Our 1 year anniversary.
I need to be. I'm just putting my disclaimer in there. And go ahead, my fans. I want y'all to go ahead and push this when they do the anniversary special. That I should
January
be
of
part of the anniversary
2024
special
will be the anniversary
because I am officially. I'm claiming it now. The official guest co-host. Y'all gonna have co-hosts. All of that, I know y'all going, but I am the official.
You're the official guest co-host.
Guest co-host.
Okay.
I know how to push the buttons too. I know how to push the buttons.
Well, at least you didn't cut it off like Shauna normally do.
First of all,
damn, he didn't tell your
that
business
happened
like that.
one time.
There was more than once.
Oh shit! Man, were y'all still talking and she had pushed the button?
Yeah.
Yup.
All you heard was
I was trying to mute myself.
And she was like, so then the thing happened, and I was, and you heard it was like, and then the thing happened. Oh, wait, I can't hear myself. Yeah, because you muted us.
I said, oops.
My bad.
I was trying to mute my damn self.
Damn, homie. He didn't put you out there like that though. But
I was trying to burp.
I'm just gonna stay on this side of the table, so I ain't gotta worry about muting nothing.
Yeah.
Speaking of spills, didn't I spill my drink last time we was at your house?
Yep.
I did. It's okay,
But
Shauna.
it didn't segue into a commercial break.
It wasn't that bad.
No.
This is the second time you done spilled the... No,
She spilled.
I spilled the drink
I
the first
spilled
time
on
and
the
wrong with the
recorder.
equipment, the damn equipment.
And then...
the first time.
Because you had to get a new cup because your ass is spilling shit.
Yep.
I spilled my cup. I don't even know how to do that. Now, Brandon, you done spilled yours. Damn.
Well, only person left to make a spill is Key. And in my defense, it wasn't liquor. It was legitimately pineapple juice. I stopped drinking a while ago.
You gotta stop. You can't spill the good liquor.
No, we don't waste liquor in this house. Shauna, kick me out.
It is sober people in Africa.
It is so people
What's
in
the
America.
next question,
Fuck that.
Shauna?
All right. The next question, we're going back to the Am I the Asshole thread. And this one is, am I the asshole for telling my brother his wife is not allowed at family day?
Nope.
Okay.
I hate her so bad. Ron has personal experience.
Nope.
So it says, okay, so my brother has been with his wife for 6 years.
Damn.
She's always been an amazing sister-in-law and aunt to my babies, but recently she was unaware that I was on the way to my brother's house and happened to be meeting with her own mother at the same time. I always just walk in the house through the garage when I come over, but this time they were sitting on the back porch and I overheard her tell her mother she thought I was a bad mother for vaccinating my children.
Fuck
and
you,
that
bitch.
at the end of the at the end of the day, I'll be sorry. She also stated that she felt uncomfortable around us. I felt this was an attack on me and my family. I immediately left and called my brother to tell him what had happened and that I wasn't comfortable with her coming to my house anymore, which
As
is
you
where
should.
we host family day every weekend. He proceeded to tell me that what she said to her mother wasn't confident and that I shouldn't have been sneaking around the house. I'm completely floored. I have no idea how to respond. Am I the asshole here?
Nope.
No.
I agree.
How do you come to somebody's house? Why are you having commentary on what a person chooses?
But backpedal, pause. No. First of all, okay, I understand you at your house in your comfort zone talking to your mother.
Yes.
Perfectly fine. However, communicating to your mother out in the open, because you outside, you not inside your house, you outside the back patio, which means your neighbors Jill and Jack heard you say this. So Jill and Jack could have came back to me and told me what you said. I didn't have to overhear it. I overheard it because I was coming to your house doing what I normally do. So fuck you and the horse you rode it on. Mind your bald head ass business. Stay the fuck out of my house because remember you scared of me, so I'm be scared of you too.
And you're uncomfortable around us.
But what is there to be
Right.
uncomfortable about? If misinformation, vaccines, what does this have to do with you?
Right. It's none of your
Nothing.
business.
Not a thing.
You choose to do what you want to do with your children. What I do with my children is none of your business. They are well loved. They are not being abused. They are well taken care of. So if I choose to vaccinate my children, then that's my business.
And on top of that, this even applies in the inverse. If someone, I may not agree with it as a person who had COVID once, but also was double vaccinated and has a booster shot. We all know the science behind it. If at this point you choose to say, well, I don't know what they're putting in it, it's 5G, it's and you choose to believe in all these conspiracy theories and not want to vaccinate yourself, that is your personal opinion. It's your business. Fine. But it doesn't deserve to have the commentary or the judgment in either direction. That's your choice.
I agree. So, no, sis, you're not the asshole. It's not like you were sneaking around trying to hear what was being said. You were already on your way over there. You were walking up and you overheard the conversation. Now, if you're the type of person that I am, if I walk in the midst of a conversation, I'm not going to automatically announce myself because I'm nosy. So I might want to hear what the hell is being said. I ain't going to lie. I might want to hear what's being said.
You know what she the asshole at? You know what she the asshole at?
What?
The fact that you didn't say nothing when you heard it. That's why you the asshole.
I would have confronted them right then and there. I agree. I would have said something right then and there. Like, what you say, bitch? You know what I'm saying? So I get that
wouldn't say bitch
part.
because her mother was there. I wouldn't say
I don't
bitch
give a damn.
because her mother was there.
I don't
Her
give
mother
a
ain't got
damn.
nothing to do with that.
I don't give a damn.
But I definitely
I wasn't calling her mother a bitch.
I
I
definitely
was
would
calling her a
have
bitch.
Oh, so you feel that way about me vaccinating my kids? We could have had this conversation beforehand. You're bad. Bitch.
Yep. So no, sis, you're not the asshole. I wouldn't worry. If you don't feel comfortable around me, you don't need to come to my house. So, and if the brother got an issue with it, you stay your black ass home or your whatever ass home with her too. No, if she said she stated she feels uncomfortable around us, why would you want to be somewhere where you feel uncomfortable?
And
so no, don't come. And then you're gonna make everybody else uncomfortable with your awkwardness. Don't come. Stay your ass home with your non-vaccinated children, and I'm a mind a business that pays me over here in the house that I pay mortgage in. Mind your business.
And the thing is, you saying you don't feel comfortable around me, but you've been around me, you've been chilling.
However many years we've been cool, as far as I knew, but all along you didn't have some type of feeling towards me.
Can we stop talking about family relationship issues? You know, it makes it yeah. Mm-hmm.
Makes your ass itch.
Sure.
All right, so I got one more question and then I got a story time. Mm-hmm. So this next question came from Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. And that question is, what should I do when the lack of sex is ruining my relationship? Over the past year, my boyfriend's drive has been up and down. I have been as supportive and respectful as I managed to be. But over the past months, it has been very hard for me to handle it. I have a very high drive, and my well-being is dependent on what kind of intimacy that I have. He said for 8 months he will see a doctor because he feels something is psychologically wrong. Yet nothing has happened. And now I've noticed that I'm detaching emotionally from him. I still love him and I want to make it work, but I don't know if I'm holding on to something that is already lost. What should I do?
So let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. Mm-hmm. The husband has an issue with sex, or he isn't getting aroused by his partner.
It's saying that. It's probably not even saying that.
No, it's just saying that his sex drive has been up and down.
He fucked somebody else, but I'm not my business.
I mean, this is what I was trying to get to. I think he's potentially sleeping with somebody else. Yeah. Because I feel like I'm gonna be honest,
and when I read the question, that was my first thought. Or he's going through something health-wise. And he does not want to face it. Yeah.
He could be sick. He could have cancer, or he could be transitioning from being heterosexual to being just outright.
I hate you.
No. He be becoming not homosexual, but asexual.
Right.
He may be losing attraction.
So asexual just means that you're not attracted to anybody sexually. Yeah.
It could be. I mean, we all know depression, anxiety, all a whole host of mental health issues affect your sex drive.
Yeah. He could be taking some new medication.
It could be new medication.
That changes.
It could be maybe he's sick. Maybe he's he does something could be wrong with him, or his sexual preference, which it is changing. Maybe he's going from being a heterosexual person to just being outright asexual.
So what she needs
or he could
to
literally
do
be fucking somebody else.
But if she's spoken to, so here's my thing with it. If she has spoken, I'm a big
communication
person on communication, right?
Now.
So if she has spoken, now. Now, thank you. Shut up, bitch. But now, So my whole thing is, if she has spoken to him about this and he keeps saying, oh, I'm gonna go to the doctors, or I'm gonna do this, oh, I'm gonna do that, you have taken the steps to try to find out what is going on and to I guess lack of a better term is
to fix it.
To fix it. And if you're putting in the effort to fix it and your spouse is not, I'm not saying go out and cheat or nothing like that, because I'm not a person who advocates for cheating. Mm-hmm. However, I think some decisions have to be made. Mm-hmm. I guess is the best way to put it.
At some point, you got to put yourself first.
Because now, sex
is not at all.
Is not the number one thing in a relationship. If everything else in a relationship is cool, I say still keep fighting for your relationship, your marriage, your love, whatever it is that you have going on. Because it doesn't say if they're married. It just says, it says boyfriend. It says boyfriend. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like if this is somebody who you want to be with long term, if this is somebody you see yourself marrying and spending the rest of your life with, something has to be done. And if you're communicating with them and they are not communicating back, or they are not taking the steps that you are willing to take, then you probably need to step back and reevaluate your relationship. Now, if everything else is, cool, everything else is good, they're good to you, they treat you well, financially y'all meshing together, y'all maintaining the household together. It doesn't say if they have children or anything. I would say still keep fighting. But if sex is just another part of the issues that y'all are having, some evaluations need to be done. You need to decide if this is the person that you want to be with for the rest of your life, or if this is the person you want to stay with long term.
Maybe he just losing interest.
Because that can lead to other things. It could be. He could not. I hate to say it, but I agree with you guys that he could very well just not be physically attracted to you no more. But it could be something as simple as a health issue. Maybe is suffering from ED. Maybe he
don't want to tell her he can't get it up no more.
Yeah, because I realize a lot of men are ashamed of that because they feel like it's a test of their manhood. They don't want to admit that, oh, my dick don't get hard no more. Or,
it don't have to. You can mouth still work.
I hate you so bad. But yeah, a lot of men think that that's a test of their masculinity, that their sex drive is not where it once was, and based on what she's saying, this is something new. Mm-hmm. This is not something that has previously been happening, but she also says that it was up and down. So sometimes he wanted giggity all the time, and other times he don't.
Giggity.
Giggity.
Diddle.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, in addition to trying to go to the doctors, maybe y'all should also look into couples counseling. Especially if this is somebody who you plan on being with long term, whether you all choose to get married or y'all just want to shack up, or
I got one thing to say.
Yeah.
It said her boyfriend.
She said boyfriend.
Boy bye.
But she didn't say how long they been together. Some people, people be in long term fucking relationships.
Listen, Linda.
It changes,
Listen,
morphs,
Linda. Listen, Linda.
And age also plays a factor. Yeah. She's not saying how old they are. Maybe he's older than her. Maybe, so.
As a chick who played house for several years.
Same, sis.
Been there.
Fuck you.
Same.
Oh, next.
Because I was the one, my sex drive just did.
Not Ariana Grande. Fuck you. Next.
Next.
You so dumb. My sex drive went down because I no longer was attracted to him because of the way he was treating me.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to. Why would I want to have sex with you when you're treating me bad, when you're doing me dirty? No, I don't want to have sex with you. I'm going to go in this drawer and put these batteries.
Next. I'm not going to drawer put no batteries and shit and you laying next to me. Get the fuck out of my bed.
I will. And I'm going to do it while you laying there. And then I'm going to turn over and go to sleep.
As she said her boyfriend for
several years. Because I didn't say I wasn't horny. I just said I didn't want you to fucking touch me. That's what I said.
She said her boyfriend for several years.
Yeah,
she's had the conversation. He said he was doing what he's going to do. Mm-hmm. This is your boyfriend who has not did what he has said he was going to do, which means you are leading him into the world of, I'm going to say, but I'm not going to do, and I know you're going to be okay with it.
I can agree with that.
So, since I said, you said you was going to do, and you didn't do, let me show you better than I can tell you. Thank you. Next. It's going to hurt. I'm going to have to heal, get my life together, figure the fuck out. However, I'm not sitting in this toxicity trying to figure out what's going on.
I agree. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I know it's a little harsh to just cut people off. It is. Yeah. However, sometimes you got to think about you. And as you said, age plays a factor. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. At this almost 40-year-old age here, I'm not sitting around here playing around these little house mouse games. Mm-hmm. If we was canoodling, and now we not canoodling, mm-hmm. and you can't figure out why we can't canoodle, I'm a canoodle. Mm-hmm. Bye.
Adios.
Amigos.
But there's the consensus, sis.
Just a lot.
All right, so the final, not question, but I got a story. Listen up, I got a story to tell.
Got 10 minutes. Cut it out.
Nah, got 10 minutes. All right, so listen. So the title of this one is Mother's Intuitive Questions About Daughter's Love Life Leaves Everyone Stunned.
Mind your bullhead ass business while you in my business.
All right, so here it is. 23 female, gay 23 female.
Hey, sis.
And I came out to my family when I was 18. My family reacted pretty well, although sometimes my mom will say low-key homophobic things. I've been dating a girl, 23 female, let's call her Kay, for about 3 years now, and I took her home to meet my parents last week. My parents like her, which is good. However, last night, my mom, Kay, and I had a conversation that went like this. We were all sitting in the living room when my mom randomly asked, so, who's the man in the relationship?
Oh, shit.
I responded, what? So let me translate that. Bitch, what? My mom.
It's a slow laugh for me. It's
My mom continued, who's the man, during sex?
You know how the old head said, who does the...
So...
Which one are you?
I responded, what the actual fuck kind of question is that? My mom replied, I'm your mother. I have the right to know that about you.
No,
Bitch, no, you don't.
You wouldn't ask me this as a man.
Yes. I told her, no, you don't. Why would you want to know anything about your daughter's sex life? What's wrong with you? My mom then asked Kay, you'll tell me which one of you is the man and which one of you is the woman. Are you the man? I interjected, yeah, okay, so me and Kay are tired and we're going to go to bed. Kay and I stood up and started walking up the steps, but my mom persisted.
Whoa, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, before we continue, pause, right here, pause. In the mother's defense.
Okay.
Y'all about to go sleep in my house?
Together.
Mm-hmm. And you telling me mind my business? Mm-hmm. Nope. At this point,
wait a minute,
this
no,
my business.
But that's still an intrusive question to ask who the man is.
At this point, it's my business.
No, it's not.
No, it's not, because one thing, it's one thing to say, okay, y'all are unmarried, y'all can't sleep together in my house, but to ask who the man is in a relationship, that's too far. That's too much.
No, why it's not?
That's too much.
Because
she had a right to say y'all can't sleep together in my household.
Now, once you walked into my house and you decided y'all was going to sleep in the same bed in my house.
But that's a different
Now I'm going to ask you some random ass questions because, yeah, go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead, Cleo.
As the resident homo of the podcast, if I were in, my mother never asked me these type of questions about who does what, who does the...
That's a lot.
Or does the way I say it, who does the bending?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you the one doing the bending.
Are you gay?
Oh,
why would you ask me something like that? What type of man lets another man bend him over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
So you doing the bending?
That's my favorite scene in that whole movie. If y'all don't know what movie that is, that is For Colored Girls.
Let me rephrase that. Hold on, let me rephrase
that.
No,
but let me finish. If my mother were to ask me a question like that and I were to decline saying, why do you want to know, why does it matter? If she keeps persisting, I'll answer the question in the most graphic, disgusting way possible.
That part.
Well,
I agree.
Mom. Well, Mom. Since since you wore me down.
Well, we can do it like you, because my legs be over her shoulders, sis.
Well,
See, that's what I was gonna say. Like, hold on, let me clear this up real quick. No, you answer her.
Yeah.
Because now you have brought this into her house.
Mm-hmm.
No, even in that case, you don't have to let somebody know about your sex life.
No, you don't.
You don't.
You don't. But now, because I'm petty as fuck, now I'm going to tell you. But now you ain't going to never want to ask me nothing ever again.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wait a minute.
I would have been like,
more
hold
to
on.
the question, y'all.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I
want to get my answer out, because the way I would have said it would have been push my head behind my ear. So, Mom, we have a double-sided strap, so when it's either in me or in her, we just fuck each other back. It's stupendous.
We scissor.
It'll be like so much information given. And as we go up these steps right now, we're about to go do this right now. You might want to close your ears.
If you hear groaning, don't worry, it's just us.
So you hear somebody go, mind your business.
Right, it's like one of the ones. After the second time, how you still going.
Wait a minute. Let me finish the question though. So then she continues. The mom persisted and she says, it's a simple question. Why does it matter so much? I told Kay to wait on the stairway and I went back down to my mom. I said, the fact that you want to know about my sex life is so weirdly disturbing that I don't even know what to say. What is wrong with you? Jesus effing Christ. Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
So then she said, I'm so weirded out by my mom doing this that we left the next morning to go back home to our apartment. My mom has texted me a few times asking why I left and why I wouldn't answer her questions about my sex life, but I've ignored her. So then it's an edit to this. An edit/update. She called again today, so I picked up. She asked me why we left, and I told her that she was asking weird questions, and it made us feel uncomfortable. She then told me that she heard us having sex that night.
Ooh.
Confusing because we didn't have sex, and my sister is 14 and my brother is 13. When I told her that she definitely hadn't heard anything, she told me that it was rude of me to hide stuff like that from her and that she had a right to know. I ended up trying to explain that it was homophobic of her to ask who the man is, but she kept telling me, well, someone has to be the man. Then I kept trying to change the subject, and she got mad and hung up when I wouldn't talk about my sex life. This is pretty confusing because she's never been this interested before. This is the first girlfriend she has actually met, so I assume that has something to do with it.
Mom, you want to fuck my bitch? Is this what it is?
Okay, so
Do you want a piece of Tiana?
I feel like, are you interested because maybe you may want to deal with a woman?
So pause.
Like, that's where my mind is going because she's so persistent with the question.
Or like Ron, but I think what Ron's about to say is I would have flipped it back on her. Oh, Mom, you want to know who I'm fucking? So how does Mr. John lay it down when he comes over on Tuesday?
Ooh, not Mr. John.
You know, when
Not Mr.
the kids are in
John.
school or in their after school activities and you come
How
in
does that
in your negligee.
Your negligee.
Negligee.
it's lingerie.
Lingerie. Does he bend you over on the counter and let you toot it up and he stick it in that
Not
way, or does he fuck you on the floor?
Right.
So do you do it in the car?
Not
So does he help you put your leg up? So I know you have arthritis in your knee. Does he help you put it up on the couch and does he do it
Baby,
from the
not
back?
arthritis in the knee.
So wait a minute. I gotta play devil's advocate real quick. I got
Okay.
to.
Pose that question.
I got to. So now, suppose it was a heterosexual couple and she asked that question. Would it be wrong?
Hell yeah,
Yes.
because it's none of your business.
My sex life is
That
none of your business.
That is so intrusive. It's none of your business what we're
pause.
doing.
I'm really playing with this one right here. Suppose her and her mother had these types of conversations.
Okay.
And now that she came out as gay, she doesn't talk to her mother about
So
it.
if she had previously asked her when she was before she came out, because she came out at 18, so that's young.
Right.
Right. But it's not far-fetched that she was having sex before 18. It's not far-fetched. We're living in 2023. Let's be fucking real. It's not far-fetched that she was in heterosexual relationships prior to 18. So if they had previously had their relationship where they were open and honest and she would talk to her mother about sex and stuff like that, that's different.
I'm just saying based on how the conversation...
Even still,
maybe if she had asked her a different question, I just felt like asking her who's the man in this relationship was just...
A lot.
Was
a lot
disrespectful.
It
because
is.
why doesn't have to be? It doesn't have to be a man in a relationship. Like you said, we can scissor, we can do all kinds of stuff. So I have a lot of I have gay friends, I have lesbian friends. So I've heard stories, and yeah, I'm interested, but I'm not. If I sit here right now, Brandon has been my friend for almost 30 years.
Listen,
There are things that I know about Brandon and things that I don't know about Brandon. However, I'm never going to sit here and say, "Hey, Brandon,
what's this?
who's top and who's bottom?" Or who? I'm not going to ask him that question.
I
Now,
can
if
answer
Brandon,
that question for you. I know the answer because he had told me.
What's the answer?
but he told me too.
You both
but I didn't ask. Right, but he
Baby, we equal
told
opportunity,
me.
yeah.
I didn't just sit down one day and say, "Brandon, which one are you?" Because I felt like that was too intrusive. But we've had conversations
did.
where we trade sex stories.
Yeah,
And
I done told a couple
and
chicks.
then again, if I had as close as we are, Brandon is like my brother. Blood
Right.
couldn't make us no closer. So if I had asked Brandon out of curiosity, "Brandon, which one are you?" And
That's why I
Brandon
said
told me, "Shauna, that's none of your business," I would have left it the fuck
Right,
alone.
right.
That's the difference.
Right,
Now,
right.
once she asked her,
If she said no,
and
that's
she
when it
said,
should've stopped.
"Mom, that's none of your business," that should have been the end of the fucking conversation.
Yeah, because
Period, point
asking
blank.
once is fine, but once it's shut
That's
down,
such a violation
Yeah,
of
that's why I asked
boundaries.
It always
That's why I
boils
asked,
down
like,
to
okay,
boundaries.
maybe
That's a violation.
They had a
always
whole
boils down to
open
boundaries.
conversation
Yeah.
beforehand. So now it's like I'm asking about this new thing, and you like, oh no, I'm not
That's
talking about
different.
this.
So it's
Hold
so
on,
many
what you
different
mean?
New
scenarios.
boundary.
It's
Right.
so many
Scenario,
different
new boundary.
scenarios. But if I like again, that's just like me and you. We talk about all kinds of shit. But if I sit here and say, "Hey sis, what that dick do?"
I'm not
and you
gonna tell you
say,
shit.
"Bitch, I ain't telling you that," I'm like, you know, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Nah.
I'm gonna let that
Now,
alone.
Get you a couple drinks to say, so sis, back to the question I
Back
asked
to what I asked you earlier. Why you want to tell me? Because that goes back to
I
one of the
thought we was
questions
better than that.
That's one of the that goes back to one of the questions that we posed earlier in the episode with the girl who's
Hold it in.
with the girl whose best friend messed with the ex-husband or whatever. They might have had those same conversations. Oh yeah, girl, the dick this and the dick that, but yeah, after we finished fucking, he punched me in my eye. Or some shit like that. She ain't gonna tell the whole fucking story. Some people are asking questions because they want to fucking know so they can try to see what their thing be like.
And some people are just
so you
nosy
have
for
to
the
be
sake of being
very
nosy.
careful. It's very few people who I feel comfortable enough to talk about certain things to. And I don't remember in my experience, it may have happened, I don't know, but I don't remember going into certain details about somebody who I was legit in a relationship with with my friends, and I trust the fuck out of my friends.
Yeah,
I trust Key with my life.
We don't need to know
I trust
everything.
you. I trust Brandon. So it's certain things that I don't mind talking to y'all about. But it's other things that y'all might not know about me. I might not know about you. I might not know about Brandon after almost 30 years of friendship. I might not know about Kiana after 30 plus years of friendship.
I'm letting you know
and
now.
that's fine.
Letting you know on the recorded phone call. Not phone call. On the recorded thing.
On the quarter line.
Recorded line.
Yes.
When I slide across this man like a slug,
Yep.
you won't know shit.
Why? Why though? Why?
No, ma'am.
Why?
I want to say
No,
for the
ma'am.
record, shout out to my friend Nick who listens to the episode. He told me that when you said slide across his face like a slug the first time, he said he was down bad. He said he was down bad. I said,
Slide.
Yep, slide. Talk from the forehead and slide down
I ain't
towards
telling
the chin.
y'all shit.
And leave a trail. You gotta leave a trail like slugs do.
a pussy juice?
I
you gotta
ain't
leave
telling
a trail.
y'all shit.
I don't know why you
Trailer
wouldn't tell
pussy.
me, because I'm just gonna giggle.
My God,
I don't know why you wouldn't tell
telling
me.
y'all shit.
Because when I ask this out of her, it's not out of me wanting to find out what the nigga fucking do. I just want to giggle. I just want to giggle because I'm like, I've been trying to tell her to do it for the longest time. That's all.
But also, it boils down to
But it's not, I'm going to go behind your back and be like, so I heard, nigga.
So can you want to see what it feel like on this side?
Yeah, because I heard. But it's some bitches who is really fucking like that, male and female. My bitches is what's the word? I'm looking
Gender
for?
neutral?
Yeah.
If you don't stop with these damn paper towels, goddamn, you irritate my
Shut
whole
up.
spirits.
You know it's a fucking
I'd
anxiety
rather paper
thing.
towel than a cigarette.
Well, that
Right.
works. Okay.
It's an anxiety thing, so
But
I gotta
she
have
keeps
something in my
dropping
hand.
it, and it's like nothing left, and it turns
No,
into.
it's not.
And
Look.
where the other one at? The one that's in the bag over there.
But
ain't
listen,
no- it ain't
I'd
no
rather the
tissue.
paper, the napkin than the fucking cigarette. So
Okay,
let
I'll
her.
let slide.
It's a anxiety thing. I gotta have something. I need a
Stress
stress
ball.
ball.
Get you a stress
I do.
ball.
But no,
I have to have
so
something in my hand.
I'm playing
That's what he
devil's
said.
advocate with this, and
You missed that.
we don't. No, we heard that. It ain't slide. I just kept talking because you ain't slide. It ain't slide past. We heard that shit. Don't,
never does.
And don't edit it out either because we heard it. But this playing devil's advocate, we don't know as this stuff. Not all of us doing it. We don't know what their relationship was prior to.
True.
Because
I can agree.
and just because of how it's worded, it sounds like she talked to her mother about a lot of stuff. They had a really open relationship.
That's true. On the other hand,
And then, wait,
her
hold on,
mother
hold
could
on.
just be fucking nosy.
Oh, hold on. And then now that her mother's asking her about something new, she like, I don't want to talk to you about it. And
Well,
her mother like, what the fuck you mean?
Let's
Why
also
not?
take into the
Because okay, hold on. Just like when I be on here and then Brandon say some shit, I'd be like, what the fuck is that, Brandon?
right.
And
I do the same thing.
You ask me, I'll tell you.
and I'd be like, wait a minute, I don't understand.
But let's also take into account that she also noted that her mother has previously made homophobic comments. So that also can factor into
But
why she does
homophobic
not want
comments-
to have that conversation with her.
As a
well.
person who is heterosexual, who is just now, I'm not gonna say just now, but like really, I'm gonna say just now, really getting into that world and understanding the perspective of things. When you don't know, you're not aware of, oh, oops, my bad, I crossed the line with that comment. I didn't know. And it's all an education thing. Unless you
it
have
is.
people around you who are
And
willing
Brandon
to
has
educate
educated me on many,
That's not the
many
word.
things.
Educate
Because I've used
educate
words that
you.
I didn't realize were homophobic, and Brandon will be like, Shauna, and he'll explain the
Right.
you know, why it's offensive.
Yeah.
And stuff like that to me, and I'll deeply apologize. Like, Bree, I didn't mean.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
And B be like, no, Shauna, I know, but I'd rather he doesn't chastise me. He'll educate me on why
And
that's not right to say, because I
that's
had
what
different
she should've
meanings
did with
of
her mother.
certain words being in the heterosexual world. I had a different meaning of certain words, whereas in the homosexual world,
It don't
that's
mean the same thing.
offensive. And we don't have a right to tell people what is and isn't offensive to them.
And that's what she should have did in that conversation. In that conversation, when her mother made that came into and asked, "Hey, who's the man? Who's the woman?"
Yeah.
Instead
If I'm
of
telling you that's
just-
offensive,
instead of saying
Shut
we gotta
up.
talk about it,
yeah.
that's educational moment. Hey,
It was.
Ma,
She could have
we don't
educated her at the
we
moment.
not we don't identify as man or woman. We identify.
But once
as
you told
whatever,
her that
and
the question was weird and it was uncomfortable,
That should have been the
that
dead
should have
stop
been
anyway.
it.
go back to
That should have
Because
what
been
the
it.
relationship they had.
And I'm gonna say this as a person who has had to
But
have
I
not.
don't think it matters what the relationship was before, because if I tell you at this moment, I don't care. We can sit here and talk about all kinds of shit right
If
now.
she's 25, that means her mother like 60. So her mother in a whole different...
Not necessarily. But if I tell you tomorrow, Ron, me and you might have joked about this today, but if I tell you tomorrow...
That hurt my feelings.
And you bring it up tomorrow and I say, no, this is uncomfortable for me. That should be the end of it. It ain't no why, or you was cool with it before, or anything like that. It's uncomfortable.
And
I conversation.
I want to bring up a separate perspective to this, or a different perspective to this. Me and Shauna have had the conversations like she just mentioned before, where it's not about chastising, it's about teaching somebody why something is or isn't offensive. But I'm gonna say, it's not my job to educate you. It is not my job to teach you why something is offensive or teach you why it's wrong. Google is available to everybody.
True.
And
that is very true.
Most people like me, I'll explain things I like talking to people about things, learning new perspectives. So I'll explain something, especially me and Shauna have been friends since we were children. So it's nothing for me to say, hey, this is offensive to me, or this hurt my feelings because of XYZ, or here's why you saying this word or saying these things is offensive, and flipping their perspective. And I remember the conversation that we had about that day in the car. And the way I flipped it was, if you said this word, you saying this word to me, you may not think it's offensive is one thing. But if somebody said the N-word to you, a white person said the N-word to you, would the same word, because it carries the same connotation, would it all of a sudden become offensive? And she was like, I didn't even think of it that way. And I said, the word is different, the meaning is different, but the connotation is still exactly the same.
Yep.
And the meaning of it switches for people when they can identify with it. And now all of a sudden, I can attach personal feeling to it. So now I understand why it's offensive, why it's this, why it's that.
Right.
But to go back to my initial point, it's not my job to educate you. It's not my job to tell you right from wrong. You as an adult have access to the internet, to Google. You can look up. And you said this basically from jump, it's a boundary. If I tell you from jump, hey, I'm not comfortable with this, don't ask me that or don't talk to me that way, and you keep going, this is...
gloves are off.
Yeah.
But that's how I was like, I'm just playing devil's advocate with this one. We don't know what the conversation was and how their relationship was prior to. So if the mother felt comfortable, the fact that she said she kept saying homophobic comments before and she never checked her, it made the mother comfortable enough to push the issue. Because it was never checked from the beginning. And unfortunately, if you don't check somebody about something or how you feel about something,
yeah, because Brandon didn't wait until later when we had that conversation. He said it right then and there while we were riding.
Right. But they're gonna feel comfortable enough doing it.
He said, Shauna,
you made sense of a way about that.
He said that was offensive. I was like, it was, and I was like, well, I meant it in this context. He said it doesn't matter. He said to other people that may not have been offensive, but to me, who was in this community in XYZ, it was very offensive.
Right.
And I was like, Brandon, I didn't look at, I said, I'm so, like, I got emotional. I was like, I'm so sorry. I would never do any, say or do anything that ever hurt you. He said, no, I understand that. Yeah, he said, I'm not, he was like, I ain't coming down on you or nothing. But he said, I felt like at this moment, because of who you are and who I am and who we are together, I want to explain this to you. It's better coming from me than somebody who don't know you and don't know your intentions and don't know the type of person that you are and may automatically get offensive, and it ends up being bigger than it needs to be, where we can just sit here and have an educational moment and then go back to how everything fucking was.
Yeah, that's how I say
I respect the fuck out of that, and I wish more people would do that versus jumping down people's Google
extending grace.
Google is a thing. Yes, it
some
is.
people deserve grace. Now,
Right.
everybody don't deserve grace, and some people are just willfully ignorant.
Well, yeah.
But that's why I said, like, the whole conversation, this was her mother.
Yeah.
So that means at this moment...
And your mother can be willfully ignorant.
Very much. But also in the same aspect, as a person who they're not part of this, they don't understand it, you have to be the one to help them understand if you want them to be included in what you're doing and be comfortable and be respectful of what you're doing. Same thing as somebody is in a heterosexual relationship and they decide to be polygamous. You got to explain to them what this is. Because I'm sorry, if somebody came to me and said, oh yeah, I'm dating them, and them, I'm gonna look like, oh. So the synopsis in this story is, had she checked her mother when she first
she should have checked her immediately. But it does, again, it does not say whether she did check her about the homophobic comments or not.
And everybody doesn't have the same bandwidth or the knowledge or the education that we as older people.
I learned a lot of this shit we're speaking on. I learned in therapy in my 20s and 30s. Yeah. Like I'm just learning a lot of stuff about boundaries and all of that stuff as I got older, because I used to I allowed a lot of habitual line steppers in my life. I promise you they did. And I let them get away with certain stuff because of whom they were and the part that they played in my life. I'm talking about mother, father, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins. Excuse me, y'all. But now, if I don't like it, you're going to know I don't like it, and I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not.
I disappeared real quick.
I'm not going to deal with it. I don't give a damn who you are. If I never talk to you again in my life, it'll be too fucking soon. And I can sleep good at night knowing that you were the one who did me the way. I don't want to be the big person no more. I've been a big person for a lot of fucking years. I don't want to be a big person, as I stated earlier in my daggone in this damn episode.
You go low.
As Candy Bird said, if you go low, I'm going to hell. I mean, all the way to hell, to the point that I'm gonna put the devil out of a fucking job. Okay, don't play with me, because I grant too much grace to people. I treat people way too well. I get to know people before I judge them. I don't judge people automatically. How you treat me is how I treat you. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, real quick. So Tink is giving me the whole side eye right now. Like if you turn around and look at her right now, she looking at me like
I'm ready to go.
She is definitely giving me the look. So, it's definitely 6 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So do we want to wrap up here, Shauna?
We're gonna wrap it up here. That was my last one. I had to share that.
Okay. And that was a good one. That was a good conversation. That was a really good conversation.
I saved that one for last on purpose.
I feel like a lot of our conversations revolve around boundaries and consent, but it's essentially always communication is all what it boils down to, always. But with that being said, we're going to end this week's episode here. Thank you for listening to the podcast. If you have any questions, any comments, any feedback, you want to propose a topic, you want to potentially call in. I don't know how we'll manage that.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out like we always do. Mm-hmm. Got on your maid outfit like you always do.
If y'all want your girl to come back, go ahead and let them know. Hey,
I'm sure they will. Favorite guest co-host. But yeah, so if you have anything for us, shoot us an email at askwandapod@gmail.com. That's askwandapod@gmail.com. We're on social media. We're on Facebook, like Shauna has said. We said every episode, but we're gonna get y'all past and let y'all figure it out this episode.
Oh yeah, y'all want to follow your girl? It's Lock of Lashes
on IG.
On IG, yep.
You'll get them lashes. I don't need it, but y'all might, because you might be lashless.
I be slinging them everywhere. Always got them on me.
Okay. And with that, we're going to end it. So y'all be easy, be safe, take care of yourselves, and we will see y'all next week.
One more thing. Happy Father's Day to
happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
All the daddies, the step daddies, the uncle daddies, the god daddies. Brandon's an uncle daddy.
Uncle daddy.
That's Uncle Daddy.
Who for Uncle Daddy I am?
Trey.
You Uncle Daddy.
God,
you slow as shit.
I am. I'm like Uncle Daddy.
Brandon doesn't have children of his own, but he is an amazing godfather to my child.
I mean, if you know somebody that's single
awesome
and willing to mix and mingle.
All right, it's time for me to go. On that
note, not you guest co-host trying to end the damn podcast.
On that note,
yeah, you're right. This ain't the Love Jones connection yet. All right, y'all, be easy. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Good night.